We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today we hit double digits, Week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New York Giants. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First play, and Hurts looking to throw it. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
Well, this defense certainly knows they're going to have their hands full trying to slow down this passing game. Here's an example on the very first play from scrimmage. I think we'll see some different looks, maybe some pressure from different places, but it didn't work there, and it's a quick first down.
Hurts with a quick throw, complete. Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Hurts. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. The Eagles send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, Dickinson. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Well, these two teams hooking up for the 2nd time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7. And it was the Giants with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep here in MetLife Stadium. Now a 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. You look at this Eagle defense. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Here now a 3rd down and 8. Looking to throw. Dickinson. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Well, this defense for the Giants very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Throwing is Hurts. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. This one out quickly to Watkins. Touchdown! Quez Watkins with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Dickinson. That complete. It's Tyler Scott with it. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. A big play there for the Giants. 47 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd and 7. Slot man moves right. Second down, here's Barkley again. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. To throw on 3rd down. Dickinson. He finds his man. Complete. It's Hodges. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Quez Watkins, the intended target. And it's second down. You talk about this Giant defense. They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Batted by the linebacker, but still adjusts and makes the catch. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
All right, you and I both know that was a lucky play, but you got to give him credit. Going up on the tip and catching that one.
Stayed with it, made his own luck, didn't he?
And he used his size there. Had a defensive back mentality to go up and get the ball on the tip, but used his size. I mean, tight ends, going up and getting it, sometimes they can knock people out of the way and finish the play.
Looking to throw. Dickinson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Pushing his way through. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jalen Hyatt, 49 yards. And the Giants have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
King, Phil King, Phil King.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are once again back in front. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that they spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Dickinson. Got him in, it's Tyquan Thornton. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a 1st down.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. The Giants at 5-3 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Dickinson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Eagles will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player, and it appears to be Devontae Smith who's having some problems here. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Incomplete. He was covered by Jamal Adams.
And this one is right through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so try to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first. It got his man complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Here's Hurts to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They run the option here on 1st and 10. Nifty. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. Now, this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
On first down, Dickinson over the middle, complete. It's Scott. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now 2nd and 3. Off play action. Dickinson. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 yards and a giant first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Throwing on first down. Dickinson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Eagles are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. On 1st and 10, Dickinson. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Looking to throw. Dickinson working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And quickly they get to the line.
A 3-yard pickup brings us 2nd and 7.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter play. Second and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He connects with Hyatt. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Sixty-three, 73.
He'll drop to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
The 2nd down pass, intercepted. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing to start the drive. Dickinson. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Back to throw. Dickinson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz. Too fast to handle.
Safety blitz, such a fun play call to witness when it works. And the deep man can get home for a sack. Great timing by him. Interception earlier in this contest. Now a sack. He's definitely campaigning for Player of the Week honors, isn't he, partner?
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Dickinson. He's got his target. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Operating from the gun. Dickinson. And that is incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Giants. Scott. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are able to cut into that deficit. Point after, right down the middle, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. And he is out of bounds here on the return. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now Hurts going to keep it running left. A little juke. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
You hate to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you just hold a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
This is 1st and 10. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Ready, break.
He'll look to throw. Gets this to Waller. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. How about this? Darren Waller. And finally taken down at the 15. Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Eagles have just about sewn up this football game. Well, this game has not been short on intrigue, but that's the backbreaker right there, and it's going to put any hope of victory to bed.
Yeah, they knew they needed the touchdown, and when you have that little time remaining, they know they've got no choice except to go for broke, and that they did. But the interception, that means defeat.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
This one out quickly to Watkins. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
And if it wasn't over before, it is now. Looking for that one final first down. They got it and then some. And if they play things right from here on out, that should just about assure them a victory.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
First down.